In early 1950s, my father was studying to be a doctor but had to quit because of Sabbath conflicts. He began assisting Pastor David Lin with translating Ellen G. White books. In 1958, he was arrested and sent to brutal labor camps. His crime? Sharing his faith. Sometime later, my mother was also arrested and sent to a different labor education camp. During the next 10 years, they saw each other for a total of 15 minutes, but both my mother and father remained faithful to God and each other. During his time in prison, my father was forbidden to worship or to have any Christian resources, but hidden in a pocket was a small book in which he had written from memory many favorite Bible passages. It was more precious than gold. I learned of God's grace and trustworthiness through my parents, and my father's little book taught me the importance of God's Word. Today, I serve as secretary of the Chinese Union Mission, and I know that I wouldn't be here without a faithful example of my parents, who despite incredible adversity, stayed faithful to the one who is ever faithful.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, we're all very curious. Do you still have that little notebook?
他说：“你还有没有那个小的本子
Yes.
Wow.
How much did this little notebook mean to you when you were in the camp?？”
这个小本子是我在自由了以后可以回到家乡到上海去，因为在那个地方不能够看圣经的，因此我就在回家乡探亲的时候，每天我就一天到晚就来抄这个圣经，抄在小本子上。
So the little book was one time he was able to visit home and he wrote because he wrote all of the Bible passage on this small booklet.
就常常看，看了以后记住，把它背下来。
So as he going his daily routine, he memorized this Bible text and also give him a lot of encouragement.
Okay, I must ask, you were put into the camp for sharing your faith, but you still shared your faith while you were in the camp. What kept you going? Why did you do this?
因为主救了我，我在医学院读书的时候，到18岁。
So his response is that when he was very young, he thought about his life. You grow up, you get married, then you have children, then eventually you die. He felt life is meaningless until he accepted Jesus. Jesus came into his heart. Then he knew that Jesus is all he wanted in his life. So that kept him going even though after he was put into prison. So after he became a Christian, he was really happy that wanting to tell everyone about his belief. So even in the labor camp, that fire is still inside him. He wants to tell others.
How do you feel now, looking at the Adventist Church and seeing that your son is the secretary of the Chinese Union Mission?
我很感谢上帝，能够使我的儿子能够参与教会这么神圣的工作。
So I'm very happy that my son can participate in the church work.
第一个很重要的感想就是，我愿望他能够完成上帝所托付的最伟大的托付给渔民教会的使命，
So he's very happy that his son can participate in the church work. He just want to tell everyone that we are at the end of this age, especially the 7 churches were coming to the church of Laodicea. Satan is working very hard to draw everyone away from Jesus' truth, and he wants to encourage everyone to hold on to God's truth until the end.
So we are so honored, and we want to thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Thank you.
很高兴，谢谢你今天能够跟大家来分享。Also, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.